I want you to say flowers and sausages.
No.
Go bogies!
Bogies.
Right through then? Hello and welcome back to Crow's Geckos, and today we're going to be doing a video about what, Jessica?
Taking after geckos.
Looking after your leopard geckos, yeah? So, yeah, because there's a young man out there, he's bought the first leopard gecko off of us, hasn't he? Because he's watched the channel and he's grown an interest in it, and his dad's actually bought him one. So we thought we'd do a video of how to look after it, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, you've got your leopard gecko. What do you keep it in?
A tub.
Well, we keep ours in tubs, only because obviously we breed all of ours, and we have quite a lot. So, for obviously money value, space reasons, we have to keep them in tubs. They all get their requirements, they're all happy and healthy in there. But obviously if it was a case of keeping them all in individual vivariums, then we'd run out of space very quickly, and it also cost an absolute fortune. So we keep all of ours in tubs. Yeah. But if you're buying a leopard gecko for the first time,
and we got a snake and a toki and
because we've got them in tanks, them in tanks, and them in tanks.
And these in tanks.
So you want to get a tank vivarium for your leopard gecko. So what size do we need?
This size.
So about 40 litres. A 40 litre tank, which is about 60 centimetres by about 30 by about 40 centimetres, which is a good average size.
And
obviously bigger the better. Okay?
And 3 babies have big tubs.
Yeah, we've converted 3 into big tubs up there. Yeah, so that's the size of the tank. But what do we put in the vivarium? Come sit next to me. What do we put in the vivarium? In a viv? So if we get out Hugo's tub, we can give you a rough idea of what goes into them. So first of all, substrate. Now substrate is obviously what we put.
Give them worms, water.
We're going to do what we put on the floor first. So substrate is what you put on the floor for what they live on, their bedding, etc, etc. What we use is kitchen roll.
And we put the kitchen roll in there, and we put them in, and that in, and that in.
That is right. That is right, indeed it is. So yeah, we use kitchen roll, obviously again to save money, because when we are cleaning all these tubs, if you're changing the substrate every time, it's going to be an absolute nightmare, and I'm going to be here for 2 weeks. So we use...
See how you do.
Hold on, can Mummy get the camera and bring it over? So we've got a fancy new tripod now. We're going up in the world. So yeah, so what we do is we keep them in kitchen roll.
Hello.
So that when they poo, obviously we've got a poo down here. So when they poo, all we have to do is take that out and replace it. So it's easier for us. But what do you want to use? Because obviously
we put that in
kitchen roll isn't the most prettiest of substrates. The substrate you do not want to use is, what do we not use in leopard geckos? What should they never have? I was giving you a hint. Sand. Yeah, so it'd be tempting. Everyone does it. Pet shops recommend it. No, not everyone. But it's tempting to put sand in with them, because a lot of people think that they come from a place where it's very sandy. That is not the case, actually. It's quite rocky.
Might eat the sand.
Yes, because that's the problem. They could accidentally digest the sand, which causes impaction in your leopard gecko, which will eventually, unless treated, will kill them.
Can we show the camera? Hugo.
Well, of course we can, but our camera lady's just walked off. So, instead of sand, if you don't want...
what do you want?
Kitchen roll. Jessica wants to show off the inside again. Instead of kitchen roll and sand, things you can use are things like bark chippings you can put in there, which look quite nice. Some people like to use tile as well, which can look quite nice. I'm not particularly a fan of that.
That's Hugo.
A good substrate I'd recommend is actually making your own. A mixture of topsoil and sand, play sand, mixed together. And you'll want to mix a ratio of roughly about 75% topsoil, 25% play sand.
We can put anything somewhere else.
Yeah, we can. Yes. So that's the substrate, and that gives them a lovely good bedding, and that's good for them. I mean, you can use kitchen roll to make life easier, but yeah, it's not as pretty.
Plants, like the 10 plants.
Yeah, obviously we get 10 plants in there.
In case they eat real plants.
Yeah, that's it. Hold on a sec. I've made a list, and it's actually flipped round. I'll put that there. Sorry, I keep looking up because I've made myself a little list because I'm very forgetful. So I'm going through obviously everything we need to do. Jessica, you come here, darling. People want to see your beautiful little face. So we've got less done on it. So we've done tank size. We've done substrate.
Yeah.
So heating and lighting. What do we do?
Keep them safe.
We do keep them safe, obviously. But yeah, right, as you can see, we've got no lighting in ours whatsoever.
And keep them healthy.
Now, lighting is a bit of a hit and miss with these because obviously they're going to need a 12-hour light cycle. With ours, basically we've got the light coming into the room, we've got this light. As long as you keep that day and night cycle,
and you keep your lizards safe.
Yes, we keep them safe. Of course we keep them safe. Come here, darling. Everyone wants to see your pretty little face and you keep turning your back.
Oh!
So, lighting. Yeah, so obviously we get a day and night cycle here. That is the best thing we think for them. Don't think that because they're not actually nocturnal, they're crepuscular, which means they come out mainly during dawn and dusk. Morning and night, so that's usually the best time to see them. So you want to offer them a 12-hour light cycle, which is best for them. Now UVB, UVA, I don't supply it to them because they will benefit. They can benefit from them. There's nothing saying that they won't. So because they say tokay geckos don't benefit from UVB, but we've actually put a light in and it comes out more. So I think it's something they could need, and if you can supply it, why not? It'll help them out in the long run. So that's the lighting. So
hello.
Heating.
Hello.
When it comes to heating, obviously they are a cold-blooded animal, so they warm themselves up through their surroundings. So you want to make sure.
Love to hide.
Yeah, but some of the bad thing is, talk properly here, Patrick. Some people will actually give them too much heat. Too much heat can be just as dangerous as too cold because you can cook them. Because obviously they need to, how they do it to keep themselves warm is we do it ourselves in our own body. Cold-blooded, they'll have to go to a warm spot or a cold spot. If they're hot or cold, they'll have to heat them or cool themselves down. So how do we recreate that for the wild?
We give them water.
We always give them water. But what do we do for heat? Because ours, Jessica, what has we got in ours? See, all of ours have a heat source at the back here. Now, in your vivarium, as ours are all set by temperature, ideally in a vivarium, what you want is a cool spot and a hot spot and a basking spot. So, ideally you want their temperatures to range...
all the lizards.
Hey?
Can you show all the lizards?
We'll show some of them. We've got Hugo at the moment. We're going to show Riley the one he's buying soon. Can you hang my list back up, please, darling? Thank you. So, what was I talking about? I've lost track now.
Hot spot and cold spot.
Hot spot, cold spot. So, you want a gradient. So, you want it to go from warm to cold throughout so that the lizard can go from a hot spot to a cold spot. And those temperatures are, I keep forgetting, my head's a mess. So, you want to keep your cool spot around 22 to 24 degrees Celsius. That is a nice cool spot for them. So, that's sometimes in your room. And for their hot spot, you want to heat their warmer side of the vivarium. You like to keep it at about 29 degrees, which is good for them. So that's their hot spot and cold spot. Their basking spot, which is usually you can create that from a heat bulb. You can a heat mat on the bottom. Obviously, we've got a heat mat here. You want that to be around 30 degrees. And what they'll use if they're cold is they'll go up to that and they'll warm their bodies up. And that also, with the basking light and the hot temperatures, you've got your back to that camera again, and people want to see your face. Come here. So, you want to create, because what they'll do is when they eat, they use that heat to actually, to digest their food. So you want to make sure you get that food, but you also want to make sure that they can get away from the heat. And Jessica's jumped right back in the spot again. Come here.
Sit there.
Come here, son. Come here. Come sit here. So yeah, that's the sort of heat you want. Obviously not too hot, not too cold. Around 22 to up to 29 degrees. Gradient throughout your, if I said tub then, but vivarium, or if you want to use a tub, you can use a tub. So what are we on to next? We've done heat. So inside. So your leopard gecko is going to want places. No, that's the hot side in this one. So
this is the cold
that
side.
is, yeah. So inside your vivarium, you're going to want places for your leopard gecko to hide, because they can be quite shy and they're going to want to get away. So what we do is we've got actually 3 hides which we use if Mummy comes over.
Come on, my baby.
So the hides we've got a hide in the warm side and a hide in the cool side. So if they want to warm up a little bit but keep nice and secure, they'll go in the nice warm hide. If they want to keep cool down, they can go in there. We also got another hide. This is a moist hide.
So like some a girl
Yeah.
lizards and they lay eggs.
So what this is we spray this down. It's ideal to give them a nice moist hide for when it comes to shedding. So oh hello. Some people will keep 2 moist hides, a moist hide on the cold side and the hot side, but I particularly only keep one on the warm side. So you want to do that, sweetheart?
Yeah.
And we give that a spray. And what this is for, that's it, is to aid in shedding. And sometimes they'll go in there and they'll drink the droplets off as well. So when they're shedding their skin, this one's not shed. I don't think we've actually got any shedding at the moment. You'll see that their eyes will go blue, they'll go quite pale. And what they'll do is they'll go in there and that moistens everything up to help aid in their shedding.
It's like chocolate.
And they actually eat their skin as well, leopard
And when you
geckos.
get,
So if you notice it trying to rip its own skin off, don't panic, it's just shedding and it's eating its own skin. So yeah, hides, ideally you want a moist hide on the warm side, a normal hide and a hide on the cool side. So we put you in there.
And then put that back at the wood.
Yes, we put Hugo back in a minute. We got him out at the moment, never mind.
George is shedding.
Is George shedding?
I'm sure she was yesterday.
Let's have a look at George. No, she's finished.
Oh.
Right, sorry, she's finished. So yeah, so the moist hide will aid in shedding. They can also go in there to get a bit of moisture. Yeah, so hot side to some cold side. So what about food, Jessica? Come here. Sit here because you meant to be facing the camera.
Oh my.
Oh, that's just finished.
That was just finished as
Yeah,
well.
look at that thought so. Well, the state of his
It's absolutely destroyed the tub. Sorry about that. Right, so what do we feed them? We've done a little video before on diet and everything and how the proper amounts if you want to go and have a look.
Keep them safe every day. Don't we?
So they eat their insects. So they don't eat fruit or anything. It is all insects.
If you do this to them, this tail, they like their tail might fall off.
Yes, we'll talk about their tails in a minute. So yes, so what you want to do is feed your leopard gecko a mixture of food of mealworms, dubia roaches, crickets, locusts, but also every other feed we like to dust them in calcium powder. Where is it?
Like in here.
So we'll give them a good dusting in calcium powder. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not.
Yeah.
And what that helps with their bones,
put it
because
in
if they
here
don't get
like
that,
this.
unfortunately they can get a disease called MBD, which is metabolic bone disease, which isn't very good for them. So always make sure you give them their supplements of calcium, and then once a week I like to also give them.
We can put some in there.
Yes.
Some do have them. We don't need everyone.
Yes, and then we like to also give them a dusting once a week of vitamins and minerals as well. Same tub. I've left it upstairs because our bandit lives upstairs, so I've actually left it upstairs. But yeah, same make. But yeah.
For tails, toes.
Yeah, what you got in there?
And we can put these on for
Yeah, the
them.
leopard geckos don't eat that one, though, do they?
No.
No, that's for the morning geckos, isn't it?
They eat them.
Yes. So we've done diet. So that's what they eat. So we've got to make sure
sir.
so we've got their house sorted.
Yes, sir.
We've got their nice big house.
Yes, sir.
We had their substrate sorted, not sand. Not sand, not sand.
No
Or
Classic.
reptile carpet. I hate that stuff as well. That's
They might die.
That's a bacteria. They get claws stuck in it. Please don't use that. Heat and lighting we covered. So they want a hot spot. They want a cool spot. They want lighting, 12-hour day cycle. You can offer them UVB as an option as well. That is nice. Oh, don't put a light on at night either. As much as it's nice to see them lit up, it just doesn't help them at all. So we've done that. What else we've done? We've done hides. We've got what to put in there. Water. Obviously, they need water. Some people won't actually give their leopard gecko water because they'll get it from their food and they'll lick the droplets from the moist hide. But I always like to give them the option. If they want to have a drink, I always give them fresh water in their vivariums as well. And food. We have covered food. Right, so the behaviour of your leopard gecko.
You keep them
Leopard
safe.
geckos are the best lizard, starter
keep
lizards
them-
you could ever have.
You keep them
But you want to pick up on,
safely.
watch their behaviour. They can be a little bit skitty sometimes. When they're like that, just leave them alone. Other thing is, obviously, when you're holding your leopard gecko, do not pull a tail, because they will drop it. You have to pull it quite hard for them to do it, but always be very aware.
I don't like it when they drop it.
No, we haven't actually had one that's dropped off yet. But yet, there's one thing to look out for. Obviously, if they drop a tail, they will grow it back, but it's something to avoid.
And
And
some naughty people do it.
naughty people do it. They do, yeah. So, our leopard gecko's the best lizard to get. Our leopard gecko's the best lizard to get.
Are they your favourite, Jessica?
Yeah.
Yeah? They're brilliant, aren't they? Do you want to hold Hugo for a minute?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that is our care guide. Obviously, it's a bit of a guide. It isn't the Bible. You can mix it up, change it however you want.
I'm good at this.
As long as your lizard is happy and healthy. So, shall we get the one we've sold out? Out. Right, so where is he?
Oh.
Up here.
Oh my goodness. We make one for the top and one for the bottom.
Yeah, so here he is.
Yeah.
So here you go. This is, we called him Big Ears because he has got slightly bigger ears than normal leopard geckos. And isn't he lovely, look. And he is going to a new home. So yeah, we've named him Big Ears. Obviously you can change his name to whatever you like. But yeah, Riley's the young man who is having him. First leopard gecko we've sold at Crow's Geckos here. And isn't he a corker to sell first?
He's got big ears.
Yeah,
Big ears.
he has. Should we try and show through, because you can see right through his ears.
Yeah.
I don't know if the camera lady will be able to pick him up at all. He's probably the best example to do. Can you see right through them?
I think so.
So yeah, there he is. And he is...
And Freddie's...
He is a normal, well he's actually
And Freddie
possible white and yellow.
is watching this tablet.
Eclipse Het Bell. So what does that mean? That means he's just a normal type. He could be possibly white and yellow. And the Eclipse, if you look at the eyes, they are all jet black. So his eyes are perfectly black. And the Het means he carries a hidden gene in him, an albino gene as well. So there you go. Right. Again, thank you very much for watching. I hope we've taught you something on this episode. This is a bit of a nervous one for me. I'm not going to lie. I've been a bit nervous about making this video. I've been putting it off for a little while, but I thought time's the time to make the care guide. But yeah, we hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you're new to this and you're watching this as well. You never know, you might end up buying a leopard gecko off us yourselves. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again. Bye!
Bye-bye!
Hello, one thing I forgot to say about is humidity in the video. So humidity, you want to keep it nice and dry. So you want the humidity really to be around 30% humidity, 30-40% humidity. And to keep the humidity high in their moist hide, what we like to use is either stagnant moss or damp down cocoa fibre as well, put it in there. Or sometimes some people, what I do with the younglings is I will use a bit of kitchen roll in a moist hide to damp it. But yeah, I forgot to put that in the video. I do apologise. So I said bye before, but I thought I'd quickly add this bit in. So yeah, humidity 30%, moist hide. You want it nice and moist in there, stagnant moss or cocoa fibre. Thank you. Bye.